Highest paid model of 2025 have been released. I did part 1 and you guys doubted. Here is part 2, you still won't believe it. Let's get down to it.
4. Bella Hadid, $22 million. At number 4, Bella Hadid with $22 million. And yes, she out-earns her sister, which I find fascinating because their career strategies are so different. While Gigi went for mass appeal and commercial success, Bella positioned herself as the high-fashion darling, the runway queen, the model that fashion purists respect. Let's talk about Bella's positioning. She walks for the most prestigious fashion houses, Balenciaga, Givenchy, Versace. That viral Copenhagen spray-on dress moment at Paris Fashion Week, that was Bella. She's the model designers call when they want someone who can pull off avant-garde, experimental, boundary-pushing looks. That's a very specific niche, and it pays extremely well. Her campaign work reflects this too. She's the face of luxury brands, not mass-market ones. Dior Beauty, Bulgari, Tag Heuer. These are prestige partnerships that align with her high-fashion image. And here's the thing about luxury brand contracts. They pay significantly more than commercial ones because you're representing exclusivity and aspiration. But Bella's also smart about diversification. She launched Orbella, a fragrance line, in 2024, and it's been a massive success. What I love about this launch is that it aligns perfectly with her brand. The fragrances are described as alcohol-free skin perfumes, which fits with her wellness-focused image. She didn't just slap her name on a random product. She created something that feels authentic to who she is. Let's talk numbers on her social media. 59 million Instagram followers. She's one of the most followed models on the platform, and her engagement rates are insane. Why? Because Bella's curated this mysterious, edgy, slightly unattainable persona. She's not oversharing like some celebrities. She's selective, intentional, and that creates desire and intrigue. Bella's also been incredibly vocal about her health struggles, Lyme disease, mental health issues. That vulnerability has actually strengthened her connection with her audience. People see her as human, not just a perfect model, and that authenticity drives both loyalty and sales. What's interesting about the Hadid sisters' dynamic is that they've carved out completely different lanes in the same industry, which is brilliant. They're not competing directly. Gigi owns commercial relatable, Bella owns high fashion edgy. Both strategies work, both make millions, and together they're building a family legacy in fashion. Bella's also been strategic about international appeal. She's huge in the Middle East and Asia, not just Western markets. That global positioning means her earning potential isn't limited to American or European brands. She's truly a global supermodel in every sense of the word. 3. Adriana Lima, $25 million. Number 3 might surprise you. Adriana Lima at $25 million. Yes, the former Victoria's Secret angel, who's now 43 years old, is still one of the highest paid models in the world. And honestly, this might be the most impressive story on this entire list, because Adriana is defying every single age-related stereotype the fashion industry has ever had. Let's put this in context. Adriana was a Victoria's Secret angel for nearly 20 years, from 1999 to 2018. She was the face of Victoria's Secret for most of that time. She walked her final VS show at age 37, which is ancient by fashion industry standards. Most models age out in their late 20s or early 30s. But Adriana, she just kept going. So where is her money coming from now? First, she's pivoted beautifully into hosting and acting. She's done hosting gigs for major fashion events, appeared in films, and maintained a strong media presence. Second, she still has major brand campaigns. Puma signed her at age 40. Maybelline continues to work with her. These brands aren't nostalgic bookings, they're strategic partnerships because Adriana still moves products and drives sales. But here's the secret to her longevity: real estate investments and business ventures. Adriana has been quietly building a property portfolio for years. She owns real estate in Brazil, Miami, and other prime locations. That's passive income that has nothing to do with booking campaigns. She's also invested in several startups and businesses, though she keeps those ventures relatively private. Her social media strategy is also fascinating. She has 16 million Instagram followers, and her content is a mix of fashion, family, fitness, and authenticity. She's shown her post-pregnancy body, she's talked about agging in the industry, she's been real about the pressures and challenges. That realness has kept her audience engaged and loyal. What Adriana represents is the future for smart models. You build multiple revenue streams, you invest your earnings wisely, you create a personal brand that transcends just modeling, and you refuse to disappear just because the industry thinks you're too old. She's redefined what's possible for models over 40, and she's making $25 million a year while doing it. The other genius move, she's positioned herself as aspirational for an older demographic. While 20-year-old models are selling to 20-year-olds, Adriana is selling to women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s who have significantly more disposable income. That's an underserved market that luxury brands are increasingly recognizing, and Adriana is perfectly positioned to capitalize on it. 2. Kendall Jenner, $40 million. At number 2, Kendall Jenner with a staggering $40 million. And here's the thing about Kendall, most of that isn't even from traditional modeling anymore. Let's break down how she's making this money, because it's a masterclass in leveraging fame for business success. First, her modeling contracts. Estee Lauder has been a long-term partnership worth several million annually. She's walked for brands like Versace, Balmain, and Givenchy. She's appeared in campaigns for Calvin Klein and Adidas. That traditional modeling work probably accounts for $12 million of her earnings. Solid, but not the full story. The real money, 818 Tequila. Kendall launched this brand in 2021, and it's been a massive success. We're talking about a spirits brand that's now available nationwide in the US and expanding internationally. When a celebrity owns a spirits brand that actually succeeds, most fail, the financial returns are exponential. She's not just getting paid to be the face, she owns equity. That means every bottle sold is money in her pocket. Industry insiders estimate 818 is generating tens of millions in revenue annually, and Kendall owns a significant percentage. Then there's the Kardashian-Jenner machine. Being part of that family means access to the Kardashians on Hulu, which reportedly pays the family over $100 million for their participation. Kendall's cut of that is substantial. It means constant media presence, which maintains her relevance and supports all her other ventures. Her social media is also a revenue generator, 293 million Instagram followers. That's not just influence, that's a media empire. Brands pay anywhere from $500,000 to over $1 million for a single Kendall Instagram post. Even if she's only doing 10-15 paid posts a year, she's selective. That's millions right there. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is Kendall the best technical model on this list? No, we've discussed this before. Her walk has improved, but it's not at Bella's level. Her high fashion credibility is questioned by purists. But here's what Kendall understands that matters more than runway technique. In 2025, modeling is just one piece of a larger business ecosystem. She's not trying to be Naomi Campbell or Kate Moss. She's building a business portfolio where modeling is the foundation, but entrepreneurship is the structure. She has the Kardashian business playbook: turn fame into brands, own equity, create multiple revenue streams, and leverage media exposure ruthlessly. Is it fair that she got opportunities because of her famous family? That's debatable. But what's not debatable is that she's executed well on those opportunities. 818 could have flopped like many celebrity spirits brands. It didn't. Her modeling career could have been a joke after some early awkward runway moments. It wasn't. She worked, improved, and became one of the most bankable models in the industry. The verdict on Kendall: she might not be the best model, but she's arguably the smartest about turning modeling into generational wealth. And in 2025, that might matter more. 1. Kim Kardashian, $48 million. And at number 1, the highest paid model of 2025, Kim Kardashian at $48 million. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, wait, is Kim even a model? And that's exactly the question we need to unpack, because it reveals everything about how the modeling industry has changed. Traditionally, a model is someone who walks runways and appears in fashion campaigns. By that definition, Kim isn't a traditional model, but she's appeared in major campaigns for Balenciaga, walked in their fashion shows, and been the face of Dolce & Gabbana collections. More importantly, she's the founder of SKIMS, which is now valued at over $4 billion. Let's break down Kim's income because it's staggering. SKIMS alone is probably generating over $500 million in annual revenue, and Kim owns a significant stake. Even if her personal take is just a fraction of that, we're talking tens of millions from SKIMS alone. Then there's her fragrance line, KKW Beauty, though she's restructured that, and her various endorsement deals. But here's what makes Kim's position on this list so significant. She's completely redefined what a model can be in the 2020s. She's not just wearing clothes and looking beautiful. She's creating the clothes, building the brand, manufacturing the products, controlling the distribution, and profiting from every single step of that process. She's not working for brands, she is the brand. Her social media presence is unmatched, 364 million Instagram followers. That's more than most celebrities, athletes, and brands combined. When Kim posts something, millions of people see it immediately. That's media power that traditional models could never dream of having. And she monetizes that power brilliantly. Every post is potential revenue, every photo is brand building, every story is engagement that drives sales. Let's talk about SKIMS, specifically because it's the cornerstone of her wealth. She launched it in 2019 as a shapewear and loungewear brand focused on inclusivity, wide size ranges, diverse skin tones, actual bodies, and it exploded. Why? Because Kim understood something the fashion industry was slow to recognize. There's a massive market for well-made, size-inclusive, affordable luxury basics. SKIMS hit that sweet spot perfectly. The brand has expanded into swimwear, menswear, and even collaborations with luxury designers. They've done partnerships with Fendi and Dolce & Gabbana. SKIMS is now sold at major retailers, and there are standalone stores opening. This isn't just a celebrity cash grab, it's a legitimate fashion empire that will exist long after Kim stops being in the public eye. Now the controversy, does Kim belong on a highest-paid models list? Fashion purists would argue no, she hasn't paid her dues in the traditional sense. She didn't work her way up through catalog modeling and regional fashion shows. She didn't perfect a runway walk over years. She used fame from reality TV to shortcut into fashion, and that bothers people who believe in meritocracy. But here's my take. Kim recognized earlier than almost anyone that the modeling industry was changing. Social media influence was becoming more valuable than editorial credibility. Brand ownership was becoming more lucrative than brand representation. And personal connection with consumers was becoming more powerful than traditional advertising. She's not a model in the Bella Hadid sense. She's not a model in the Adriana Lima sense. But she's absolutely a model in the 2025 sense, someone who uses their image, their influence, and their platform to move products, build brands, and generate massive wealth. And she's doing it more successfully than anyone else in the industry. The fact that Kim Kardashian is the highest-paid model in 2025 tells us everything about where fashion is headed. It's not about the walk anymore. It's not about the editorial spread. It's about business acumen, social media mastery, and the ability to turn fame into fortune. Love her or hate her, Kim has mastered that game better than anyone.